Expected today, maybe a little bit more cloud cover at times. We'll get to about 78 degrees, so a warmer Wednesday. Look for mostly cloudy conditions tonight, lows will fall to 57. On Thursday, we'll see a partly to mostly cloudy sky, breezy at times, maybe a few showers. I think the best chance is going to be from the I-70 corridor point southward, with highs right around 70, and still looking good this weekend. Lots of sunshine and warmer temperatures as well.
That is Tara Hastings right there. Wish TV, Tara. We appreciate it as always. 52 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:07.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by B&W HVAC, Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard air dealer.
China will not talk about tariffs. Oh, wait. China is talking about tariffs. That was the headline. China is not negotiating tariffs with the United States, according to Scott Bessent. He's the Treasury Secretary. Was it like an hour later? U.S. and China are going to hold talks in Switzerland. Okay. The Trump administration doing exactly what they do. Not worried, not concerned. China needs this deal, not us. Same math as always from Donald Trump.
There's a report that the UK is offering various trade concessions. What's your response to that?
That who? What?
United Kingdom.
Yeah.
You also say you're discussing tariffs from Israel.
And what about the United Kingdom?
Offering various trade concessions, apparently cars, steel, digital services.
They're offering us concessions? I hope so. They do want to make a deal very badly.
Did you say your guests here, are you discussing tariffs or business?
No, I think that United Kingdom, like every other country, they want to be go shopping in the United States of America. China wants to, very much wants to make a deal. They all do. But I would say that every country wants to make a deal, and not the ones they had in the past where we were like, look, we were being ripped off by every country practically without exception in the entire world. And those days are over. Those days are over. And, I said before in our meeting with the new and very talented Prime Minister of Canada that we have some very big announcement to make. It's not about trade. It's about something else, but it's going to be a truly earth-shattering and positive development for this country and for the people of this country. And that'll take place sometime within the next few days.
So, I don't know what the earth-shattering announcement is. It could be that Hammer and Nigel are going to be live from Carb Day. Maybe that's the announcement Donald Trump's going to bring. I mean, everyone's rumoring that Trump's going to come to the Indy 500. Maybe he's going to come to Carb Day and sit with Hammer and Nigel and watch them do Beer Sample Friday. The man doesn't himself drink. I don't know. I don't know what's going to go down. But we'll see if there's a conversation with China that takes place. Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, India. Let's see what they do. India, by the way, launching that strike against Pakistan in response to the killing of 26 in Kashmir a few weeks ago. This is a new escalation. I mean, the attack a couple weeks ago was the start of it. This was the response to it. We'll see if Pakistan responds as well. Just another day in this world. Oh, and the Pacers are unfreaking believable. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. In a world of madness, you should still be able to get your cash. That's what Indiana Unclaimed can do for you. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your money. Just text my name, Tony. Tony to 46220. Text Tony to 46220, and you can find out if you have cash waiting for you. 1 in 7 Americans has unclaimed property, over $800 million waiting to be claimed. And the Attorney General of Indiana, his office reunites Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. It's a financial asset with no activities by the owner for an extended period of time. It could be an insurance proceeds. It could be a deposit that you put down. It could be just a general refund. They don't know where to send it. It goes to the Attorney General, and now it could be yours because it's your money. Go to indianaunclaimed.gov. It's fast, easy, and free to search. indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony or Tony Katz, whichever name you prefer, to 46220. Text Tony to 46220. indianaunclaimed.gov. Go get your cash.
This is Gary Dixon. Indiana companies announced layoffs at 6:32. Brought to you by the proud members of the Indiana Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions who build Indiana. We are LIUNA.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group. But before the Hubler name comes, everything goes. And when Hubler says everything goes, we mean it. Every pre-owned Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Highlander, Tacoma, Tundra, every car, every truck, everything in the showroom, everything on the lot. Need credit? Managers will be on site, accepting applications for immediate review. Plus, Hubler's got you covered. Every Q-certified vehicle includes our 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota, everything goes. It's your chance to save like never before. Don't miss it. When Hubler says everything goes, we mean it. On US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. Before the Hubler name comes, everything goes. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Matt Bear for Trajan Wealth. Good. Hello. We have nice, predictable weather right now in Indiana. It's sunshine. Unfortunately, we can't say the same about the economy. The markets could use a little balance, right? Matt Bear here again for Trajan Wealth. The fiduciary advisors at Trajan are your answer with a solid, balanced financial portfolio that's designed to your personality, designed to what you want. Call today for your first consultation. It's free. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. You can feel secure with Trajan Wealth. They're Hoosier through and through with hard work, smart money management, and loyalty at their foundation. Call today and learn more about these strategies. That's 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC Investment Registered Investment Advisor. Paid advertisement.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
They told us nothing but lies.
These timeshare thieves out there are terrible.
They bullied us.
Our timeshare is all a scam.
They stole from us. They were thieves.
I was completely taken advantage of.
Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder and CEO of Wesley Financial Group, and I know the tough spot you're in. Are you asking yourself, why did I buy that timeshare? I'll tell you why, because that presentation wasn't a normal sales pitch. It was a show to convince you that timeshare is a great investment. They told you it was available today and today only. They said you're foolish if you don't buy, and unfortunately, you believed them. We get over 3,000 complaints a week from folks just like you that were misled into buying a timeshare. Give us a call. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what's happening?
Tony, looking at inbound 65, looking good right now from 465 on the northwest side down to the north split. Indiana's second most traveled interchange, and right now not a lot of people in it. So we're moving up to speed. The flyover ramp looks fantastic. Westbound 70 going to northbound 65. Everything on the northeast side with the clear path construction zone is moving up to speed, and by up to speed I mean the speed limit, because if you go too fast down 465 or 69 on the northeast side, you could get a speeding ticket by the speed cameras. That just started on Monday, so keep that in mind. Watch your speed in that construction zone, and all of them for that matter. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you are at the BMV. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 52 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time right now is 6:16.
Denny Smith for Sundown Gardens. The annual hanging basket sale is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 20% off hanging baskets. 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield.
On Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
The other problem, Scott, is that it's never enough. It's bathrooms today. It's sports today. It's sports tomorrow. It's the military today.
No, it's also sports today, by the way.
Yeah, it is sports today. And
80% of Americans agree, by the way.
Oh, that's fine. And 80%, guess what? The majority sometimes is wrong. That also happens, right? Because the majority used to believe that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was somebody who was a threat, that somebody who was not a good American. The majority of people used to be against civil rights. Were they right? No, they weren't.
That's Jamel Hill letting you know that if you think, don't believe that men should be able to call themselves women and compete against women in sports, you're wrong. Okay. I have yet to figure out why we still pay attention to Jamel Hill, but clearly she captures somebody's imagination and attention. Good for her. It's the culture war that is absolutely worth fighting. And to hear women be so in favor of erasing women is just the weirdest thing in the world. This is the most awkward cat fight I have ever witnessed. And for the first time ever, one I would like to break up. That's right, I said cat fight. You can send your emails to Jamel Hill at yahoo.com. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. Good to be with you. Another day, another activist judge. You have got a Clinton appointee, just letting you know, saying that President Trump cannot utilize the Alien Enemies Act for deportations, even though the Supreme Court said yes. I don't know who these judges are. I don't know why they make these arguments. I don't know why they are this insane. I don't know why the court, meaning Chief Justice John Roberts, hasn't admonished these people. The judge saying that the president failed to make the case that Tren de Aragua, which is this Venezuelan gang, is engaged in an orchestrated invasion of the United States. Here's his quote. There is nothing in the AEA, Alien Enemies Act, that justifies a finding that refugees migrating from Venezuela or TDA gangsters who infiltrate the migrants are engaged in an invasion or predatory incursion. They do not seek to occupy territory, to oust American jurisdiction from any territory, or to ravage territory. TDA, meaning Tren de Aragua, may well be engaged in narcotics trafficking, but that is a criminal matter, not an invasion or predatory incursion. Interesting take there from this judge, but there's a problem.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
No, it's his opinion. His opinion is there's no predatory incursion. My opinion is that there is an incursion. He wears a robe, he gets more of an opinion. Does he get more of an opinion than the duly elected president of the United States? And the answer there is no. The answer is no. He doesn't get to make this call. Who the hell is this guy? Ignore the judge. Actually, in this case, laugh at the judge. And I wouldn't mind if President Trump said a few choice words about this judge. You decided there's no incursion? You don't get to make that call. The Alien Enemies Act doesn't say that this weirdo district judge from New York gets to decide. The president makes the proclamation, therefore it is. Now, if you don't agree, my advice is to elect a new president. But since the president determines the policy, and the president was elected by 77 million people, that's the end of the ballgame. And if your judge doesn't like it, tell that judge to screw off. The judge doesn't make the call. This is nutty, what we are experiencing here. It is not for the judge to decide what is or is not a predatory incursion. That is above his pay grade. That is the pay grade of the President of the United States. Somebody actually wants to disagree with that philosophy? I didn't say that you disagreed with Trump. I believe that is absolutely possible. The judge decides what is an incursion, not the commander-in-chief. If anybody wants to make that argument to you, laugh in their face and just move on with your day. These are ridiculous children. And like all ridiculous children throwing a tantrum, they must be ignored because adults have to be in charge. Meanwhile, I brought up what's going on with India and Pakistan. India stating they have conducted strikes on 9 sites in Pakistan in retaliation for this attack that took place on tourists in Kashmir. 25 dead from this attack. 15 others were injured. According to a spokesman for the Pakistani army, 26 people were killed, 46 were injured. The defense minister of Pakistan said that Pakistan shot down 5 Indian aircraft. I have no idea if that is true, and I will tell you right now that I don't believe that to be true. Does Pakistan have the capability? I don't claim an expertise on their military capability, nor India's. I do claim a little bit of understanding regarding the tensions and hatred between the two countries, and certainly that they do have some level of militaries. But the idea that Pakistan was able to shoot down 5 planes, and that's something you say, that doesn't make the what got said true. I don't know how this ends, and I don't believe that there is going to be much that the United States is going to be able to engage in it. The world is going to want these guys to calm down, to take a breath, to take a beat. But you're not going to put an end to long-held hatreds, historical hatreds. It's just not the way it's going to be. Pakistan's foreign minister saying Pakistan will not be the first to resort to any escalatory move. However, in case of any escalatory move by the Indian side, we will respond very strongly. I expected nothing else. I expected nothing else to be said. And then there was this statement from President Trump. This regarding the Houthi rebels in Yemen.
The Houthis have announced that they are not, or they've announced to us at least, that they don't want to fight anymore. They just don't want to fight. And we will honor that. And we will stop the bombings. And they have capitulated. But more importantly, we will take their word. They say they will not be blowing up ships anymore. And that's what the purpose of what we were doing. So that's just news. We just found out about that. So I think that's very, very positive.
I don't mind you thinking it's very, very positive. No one actually trusts the Houthis. You're talking about an Iranian-backed proxy. This isn't about them. This is about Iran. It's all about Iran. The Houthis just hit Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv, got through Iron Dome, which is why you can't just rely on a defensive system. Well, the Israelis have Iron Dome. They don't need to fire back. It's the dumbest argument from the dumbest people. No, absolutely have no faith that the Houthis are going to do this, because I have no faith that the Iranians all of a sudden decided, we're fine with Satan. They've been calling us Satan for decades. All of a sudden, it's like, you know what? Satan's cool. You know, a little misguided. We'll deal with it later. But for now, no more. But what you say in public and what you do in private are often two different things. So this could just be some public diplomacy and nothing else. Trusting the Houthis? That's insane. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
All right, Tony, looking at the northeast side, northbound 465, pretty calm through the construction zone right now. That's East 56 up to Allisonville Road. And a friendly reminder that the speed cameras in those construction zone can now start issuing tickets if you're 10 miles per hour over the listed 55 miles per hour speed limit. 45 if you're going through the construction zone, so please really watch your speed in that construction zone. Your first infraction, you'll get a warning in the mail, and after that, the juice starts running. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This May, you can be a hero at the finish line. Say yes to organ donation and talk to your family about your decision. A message from Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
We've got a huge show with so many guests, I can't even begin to name them all.
Join us Wednesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Moss Roofing will make sure your roof can handle anything the Indiana weather throws at it, and we've had so much rain in April. Have you checked? Have you looked? We had tornadoes come through. Has anybody taken a look on your roof, not from the ground, but on the roof to see if your roof is up to snuff? Moss Roofing is the phone call to make. The longer you wait, the worse it can get. Water can seep into your attic, into your walls, into your insulation, and causes mold and rot. Expensive structural damage. Moss Roofing offers free inspection. So whether it's a small leak or a bigger roofing concern, their expert teams will assess the damage and provide reliable, cost-effective solutions. Moss Roofing, over 35 years of experience, a family-owned business, fantastic people. They've done work for me. Give Moss Roofing a call and let them do the work for you. For top-notch roofing services, see, I can talk. Trust Moss Roofing for a job done right every single time. Shingles and roofing. They love that line, and I enjoy the pun, and that's why you're going to enjoy Moss Roofing. They also do great work. Moss Roofing, 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
This Mother's Day, give Mom what she really wants, a better backyard. Hey, Pat Sullivan here from Sullivan Hardware and Garden, and we're kicking off the biggest outdoor sale of the season. Right now, take an extra 10% off our already marked down premium patio furniture. Think all-weather wicker, Berlin Gardens poly, Trex poly, cast aluminum, teak, stylish, durable, and yes, all in stock and ready to go. And what's a perfect patio without a little shade? We've got the best umbrella sale of the year. 20% off all in-stock umbrellas. Just in time for a sunny afternoon with Mom. And hey, if she's into grilling, we've got her covered there too. Weber, Traeger, the Big Green Egg, and yes, the Gosney Pizza Oven. We'll even assemble it, fill the tank, and send it to your home ready to fire up, free of charge. So whether you're celebrating Mom or upgrading your own space, this is the weekend to make your backyard the place to be. Shop, play, experience. Spring with Sullivan's.
This May, you can be a hero at the finish line. Say yes to organ donation and talk to your family about your decision. A message from Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What's happening in Vatican City? You have a clear radar over downtown Indianapolis and a beautiful sunrise, 54 degrees, 78 is the high today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. The final mass is being held at St. Peter's Basilica before a conclave will take place to choose a new pope. The Cardinals enter the Basilica.
A major point and purpose of this Mass is to pray for the Cardinals and the decision to come. The Cardinals will have lunch, and it will potentially be one of their final meetings before they will then come together once again for a prayer and then sequester themselves in the Sistine Chapel, and they will not leave until they have finally made a decision. There will be 4 votes potentially every day, but only one on the very first day of the conclave.
That's Fox News reporter Alex Hogan in Vatican City. Motown legend Smokey Robinson is being accused of sexual assault 4 women, all employed as housekeepers, submitted a $50 million lawsuit in L.A. on Tuesday. And could it be an example for other cities? Evansville's fire department will take over ambulance service for the city in July of 26.
We just feel that with the integration of the EMS system into the current fire service, it offers us an opportunity to offer the best service available to the citizens for the tax dollars that they're paying this fire department to operate.
Fire Chief Tony Knight says they need time to get all of the equipment in place and also to hire a crew to do the job. He says he hopes employees from AMR will come over.
We aren't looking to put employees that are gainfully employed right now on the street.
The city spokesperson says they've given AMR notice they are terminating their contract. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the going at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports, including a recap on that Pacers game coming up in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. A New Jersey-based warehousing and logistics operator plans to lay off dozens of workers in Northwest Indiana. NFI Industries filed a notice with the state Friday saying it plans to lay off 78 employees at its Crown Point warehouse. A representative for NFI did not respond to multiple messages from Inside Indiana Business, so it's unclear as to what led to the layoffs. The announcement of layoffs at NFI comes on the heels of more significant layoffs at RV manufacturers in northern Indiana. 3 subsidiaries of Thor Industries are laying off around 450 workers in Elkhart and LaGrange counties. Elkhart-based LCI Industries, the parent of RV manufacturer Lippert, is reporting first quarter net income of $49.4 million. That's up from $36.5 million during the same period last year. CEO Jason Lippert says the 35% increase exceeded expectations despite ongoing macroeconomic headwinds. An executive with more than 20 years of experience in economic and community development has been named director of the Northeast Indiana Regional Partnerships Community Impact Partnership Program. Matt Brinkman will begin his new role May 19, leading a collaboration to improve the region's quality of life. The city of New Haven this month announced the launch of New Haven Next, an initiative aimed at advancing economic and community development in the Allen County city. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America are men and women building roads and bridges to get Hoosiers where they're going today and a new energy infrastructure that will keep Indiana competitive tomorrow. LIUNA's over 12,000 statewide members also grow local economies, earning good union wages, shopping where they live and work, and paying taxes. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
In May, we're shifting into high gear with full throttle coverage of Business at the Brickyard, presented by LIUNA. From the boardroom to the backstretch, get the inside track on how motorsports fuels the Hoosier economy. We'll put you inside the driver's seat with exclusive stories from around the state and an all-access pass to the historic Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So buckle up and join us for Emmy Award-winning Business at the Brickyard coverage in May. Plainfield-based e-commerce logistics provider IDS Fulfillment has been acquired by DHL Supply Chain. Founded in 1960, IDS offers fulfillment services and transportation management, shipping 50,000 packages daily. The deal gives DHL more than 1.3 million additional square feet in warehouse and distribution space across the country, including facilities in Indianapolis and Plainfield, as well as Salt Lake City, Utah, and Atlanta. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
All right, checking out northbound 65 on the south side. Stop and go traffic from South Keystone Avenue up to the south split. And this is the road construction that takes out some of the lanes of northbound 65 as you approach the south split. Also, we're looking at a crash on the west side, northbound 465 at Rockville Road. That's covering the right shoulder. No delay at the moment. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you're at the BMV. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
I believe that Matt Bear should be driving the pace car at the Indy 500.
Oh, I'd love to. Now, there are so many people that are worthy in this city and in Indiana. I'd hate to even think about taking the position, Tony.
Why shouldn't it be you? If asked, you would do it, right?
Well, yes. You live to serve, right? So yeah, I'd totally do it. Now I'm
you live to serve.
Yeah,
oh,
see, that's
Lord.
what I say. I say dumb things like that whenever I'm embarrassed.
Right? That's fantastic.
Yes, I'm blushing, and I think I wet myself.
See,
there it is again.
No. You wet yourself off, and it has nothing to do with anything else. That's not hubris. That's
just while you're sleeping. That's all. Whatever.
Right.
Everybody does.
And when you're awake.
Yeah.
When you're startled.
When you're startled, maybe, but not. It's not like I'm just sitting here awake doing that. Somebody has to scare me.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, it's not really true.
You do the show from a kiddie pool.
Yeah. That's an idea, actually.
It's a good idea.
From your backyard.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm ordering one from Amazon right now.
There you go. I'm moving to Carmel.
Are you sure? They don't allow. It's an above ground pool. They don't allow those here.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
No, you can't do. You can't have that.
No.
If you're not going to spend $182,000, you cannot have relief in the summer. This is Carmel. What are you, nuts?
We sure as hell nobody's going to be renting. So
run through a sprinkler. We lock up your mother. That's what we do.
There's no kids playing by the fire hydrant in Carmel.
No one plays by the fire.
We call those felons.
What a city.
Yeah.
Are we done?
Yeah, I'm finished. I'm good.
Okay, just making sure. 53 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:37. Oh, gosh, sports. Ryan, sorry.
Tony, what up? The Pacers trailed by 7 points with under a minute left to go. Game 2, Eastern Conference semifinals Tuesday night against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but they closed the gap. And with Tyrese Halliburton at the line for his second free throw, Mark Boyle on the Elevance Health Radio Network with the call.
Second one is short, and it's rebounded by Halliburton. The Pacers have a timeout. Will they use it? No, they don't. Yes, they do have a timeout. 4 seconds to go. Halliburton for three! Three ball! Up top! Indiana by 1! 1 and 1/10 seconds to go. Inbound. Merrill didn't get it off. And this rivals the Milwaukee finish.
Here's the man of the hour.
We don't give up. We're battle tested. As a group, we've basically been together for about 2 years now, and that continuity has been really good for us. We've had to figure out so many different ways to win.
Game 3 Friday night in Indianapolis. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Guys, don't waste time and money with low-quality online TRT that charges you over $100 just to start. Visit the TRT experts at the Low T Center for a free consultation and a free test. Treatment is personalized to your body, and most major insurances accept it. Looking to lose weight? Get a free B12 shot when you start prescription treatment right now at the Low T Center. Offer is limited, but book right now. FixMyLowT.com. That's FixMyLowT.com.
What's one of the best ways for students to learn the value of teamwork?
By participating in high school sports. I'm Jace Martin from North Harrison High School.
And I'm Danae Klein from South Putnam High School. Playing high school sports means being a part of something bigger than myself.
I love working together with my teammates towards a common goal.
It keeps me accountable, knowing my team is depending on me.
It reminds me to prioritize the team's success over my own.
Because it's about we, not me, and that's an important lesson to learn, on the field and in life.
As teammates, we train together, we push each other, and we represent our school together. That bonds us forever.
We're a team, and that means we're in this together.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. You can be a champion of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is the power of teamwork. This is coming together as one. This is your IHSAA.
Join our B&W Premier Club for additional benefits and exclusive discounts.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, 317-214-0108, your American Standard Air dealer.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
The world is a vampire.
Conclave begins this week. Actually, Conclave begins today. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. I don't know. And based on just a little bit of research, everything's a guess as to where this group of cardinals is going to go in selecting a new pope. I am most curious about age. If you take a look at those who are leading contenders, you get to people who are 70, 72, 69. But there are a couple of people who are younger. You've got a French cardinal, Jean-Marc Avelin, who is 66. And then you have from Portugal, you have someone who's 59. You have an Italian cardinal, Pierbattista Pizzaballa, who is 60. The idea of younger would give someone 2 decades, you would think, to really put their stamp on the church that is rare air, at least as we've seen it play since John Paul. Then there's the idea of geography. We are pretty certain that they're not picking an American pope, and one could argue you're not going to see a French pope. Jose Tolentino de Mendonca. He's 59. He's Portuguese. Thought that was pretty interesting. 59-year-old is pope. But it's going to be where in the on the globe and how that affects things. I don't know if this conclave is going to go European or not. And based on just small bits of reading, not claiming an expertise, no one has a good answer. Absolutely no one. Now, has anybody materialized over the past week? Because, of course, before conclave, people are jockeying for position 100%. This is political. Nothing has come through as saying this is the clear leader. But they will gather. There will be one vote today, and you will look for the smoke. White smoke, a new pope has been chosen. Black smoke, they will continue. They have up to 4 votes a day that they do as they are locked in conclave. And we'll be watching. Not sure if age is the conversation, somebody could have a long run, or if geography is the conversation because you either are looking to build up in certain areas or you want to have a different show to Catholics around the globe. Not sure how this plays out, but watching just like the rest of us are. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Another update is just minutes away.
President Trump's new plan to pay illegal immigrants to leave. Self-deportation out of our country.
$1,000 stipend. Hear the news.
Gunfire at the Hendricks County Courthouse.
2 Hendricks County deputies were transporting inmates to the courthouse.
Confronted by this man who was at the courthouse already.
As events happen.
Displayed a firearm.
The man was shot and killed.
We'll happen to be there.
Lilly, $4.5 billion medicine foundry.
93 WIBC Mobile News.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct, and May is officially the kickoff to home improvement season. And right now, during their home improvement season sale, you'll get an incredible 50% off your windows. Yes, half off. You heard right. You can upgrade your home with beautiful, energy-efficient windows for half the cost. But it gets even better. For a limited time, you'll get no interest and no payments for 12 months. That's a whole year to enjoy your new windows before you pay a single cent. And here's the cherry on top. You'll receive a free entry door with your window purchase. Now, some restrictions may apply, so to get all the information and schedule your free in-home estimate, call Universal Windows Direct today at 317-659-7574, 317-659-7574. Universal Windows Direct's home improvement season sale. Half off your windows, no interest, no payments for 12 months. 317-659-7574. Tell them Rob sent you.
Well, we do have traffic, but we also have 2 tickets to qualifying, the PPG Armed Forces qualifying for the Indy 500, 317-239-9393. Caller number 6 is going to get those tickets to the PPG Armed Forces qualifier. That's happening, 317-239-9393. 6th caller gets the tickets. Matt Bear has traffic.
Northbound 65 out of the south side. Stop and go traffic. Keystone Avenue to the south split. That's because of maintenance that Reduces the road as you approach the south split. If you take the left lane, you go to westbound 70. The right 2 lanes get you northbound 65 as 70, so you can plan ahead if you want. Now in Hendricks County, trouble eastbound 70 at Hazelwood. This is a crash. Taking the left lane, traffic stop and go. For a couple of miles right now, not quite to Little Point Road. There is a delay there. And on the west side, northbound 465 at Rockville Road, crash blocking the right lane, slowing traffic back to Washington Street. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you are at the BMB. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Matt Bear, how come we've never done an Indy 500 porch party?
I don't know. It's never come up. Shamefully, it's never come up.
I mean, everybody does a porch party.
Need to do it.
Right? Gainbridge is doing a porch party. The Avon Public Library is doing a porch party, which is weird because everybody has to stay very quiet.
No, yeah.
It's a library. Advanced Auto Parts does one. I'm looking. Why don't we do a porch party?
We do the original. We do a balcony party, and we find the building that's the tallest in Indianapolis so we can see the track from downtown.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, man.
I think we need to do a porch party.
I do too.
Like immediately.
Like right now?
Well, not today.
Oh, okay.
So I think this has to happen. We can put this together in like a week.
Where would you want to do it?
Honestly, I don't know. Why can't we just do it at the track? They got nothing going on.
The track doesn't have a porch, Tony.
We'll build a porch.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying, get Pat out there, Pat Sullivan. He can help out.
Oh, Pat Sullivan couldn't build a porch if his life depended on it. He could hire the guys to build a porch. Pat Sullivan wouldn't know a T-square from a square T.
A right angle from a left angle.
He doesn't know his angles.
Come on.
52 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:48.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close, you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops, spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
It's Kubota Orange Days. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs, get your perfect match delivered to your door. Now through June 30th, get zero down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,000 off select compact tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Stop by McAllister Machinery in Fishers and Indianapolis to see their full line of Kubota or visit them online at McAllisterKubota.com.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5 and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at JoynerHomes.com.
I'm sure everyone says this, but my mom really deserves the world. This year, I finally found a Mother's Day gift that comes close. She loves Hellsberg, so I'm getting her these timeless gold earrings she can enjoy for years to come. They feel special enough to show how much I truly appreciate everything she does for me. And I mean everything. I even sent my dad a link to the Diamond Eternity band he'll be getting her, too.
Save up to 50% on Mother's Day gifts Mom will cherish forever. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Check out what's going on with 93 WIBC.
Listen to Tony Katz all week for your chance to win tickets to the PPG Armed Forces Qualifying on May 17th at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. More info at WIBC.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger,
Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
So a guy goes to a bar in Philadelphia, which is the start of a joke, and brings a sign that says "blank the Jews." Why? I still haven't figured this part out. The guy posts it to his social media, gets called out for it. He's responsible for it. The school, I guess, that he goes to, the college he goes to, I guess, suspends him or expels him, one or the other. Dave Portnoy, who owns the bar, is infuriated and then decides it's a teachable moment. I'm going to send this guy and another guy to see Auschwitz with their own eyes so they can understand what anti-Semitism is. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. This guy apologizes, he accepts, and then decides that he's the victim. Dave Portnoy is at fault. He's going to sue Dave Portnoy for cancel culture. And all of this is Portnoy's fault because he's just this guy from Temple University is just a student journalist, just 21 years old. And look what Dave Portnoy did to him. We live in a world of upside down. Now, I still haven't been able to figure out whether this guy is the guy who made the sign. Nor do I understand why the sign was made. Well, except I know why the sign was made. I go back to the point we made yesterday. Here is the story. If it was any other group, name the group, starts with the letter F. There would be uproar. CNN would be infuriated. There would be 10,000, 20,000 people there demanding the bar be shut down. But nah, it's Jews, whatever. And you say to me, Tony, you talk about these things a lot. You know why? Because they're happening a lot. I talk about things that are happening a lot. I also talk about things that are happening little. We catch things before other people do. Not apologizing for talking about it. I want to know why 10,000 Jews or rational people didn't show up to the bar demanding someone's head on a pike. Because if it was any other group, that's what would have happened. So, to my people, the more you look the other way, the worse this is going to get. Oh, this guy is a chump. That much is for sure. Not Portnoy. Different story. The guy who did this. Matt Bear has traffic.
West Morris Street at Tibbs Avenue, listening to this on the scanner, and it is a crash. A vehicle is inverted at this intersection, and one person was trapped inside a vehicle. They were able to self-extricate. They got out on their own, so it sounds like that person is just fine at the moment. Again, this is Morris Street at Tibbs Avenue. Cleanup's going to take a minute. Please be safe in that area. Also looking at northbound 465 west side. Crash at Rockville Road, blocking the right lane. And a crash in Hendricks, eastbound 70 at Hazelwood, blocking the left lane. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This May, you can be a hero at the finish line. Say yes to organ donation and talk to your family about your decision. A message from Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, will you be filing for Social Security in the next 5 years? The amount of lifetime income you get from Social Security could vary by hundreds of thousands of dollars. And basically, it all boils down to not only your timing, but also coordinating taxes, spousal benefits, IRAs, 401k withdrawals, and much more. Hammer and Nigel here. You got to make sure you get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery.
We trust Bill Demery, and you can too. And if you've saved more than $200,000 and have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. This analysis could help you get hundreds of thousands of dollars in additional lifetime income, and it's free. Schedule it right now, 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 62225, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
You know that feeling of a fresh, clean home? This is Denny Smith for Zero Res, and I want you to think about everything that's always left behind in and on your floors. Dirt and dust, allergens, pet dander, maybe even some mystery stains. Well, it's time to get Zero Resified. Zero Res can clean virtually any surface in your home, and for a limited time, get 3 rooms of carpet cleaning starting at just $129 and take $75 off air duct cleaning. That's real savings on a deep clean. And remember, Zero Res's patented ZR water cleans with no soaps, no residue, no harsh chemicals. It's clean, safe, and effective. Don't risk it with the other guys, and don't do it yourself with your carpet cleaning. It will end up soaked for days and actually do more damage than good. Keep the mud outside and not under your carpets. Just call Zero Res and mention WIBC to get 3 rooms cleaned starting at just $129 plus $75 off air duct cleaning. 317-388-5141. ZeroResIndy.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, this is Denny Smith for LD Smith Plumbing. Lance Smith joins me right now. No, we're not related, but I'd be proud to call him my son, my uncle, my cousin, whatever. Lance, welcome to the studio.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, sump pumps, they're coming up. You guys, it's probably time to get your sump pump special. You brag on this every year.
Yep, it's a real deal. Free primary sump pump with the purchase of a battery backup system. Simple as that. No hidden labor fees or anything like that. 317-927-7186 or ldsmithplumbing.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, a lot can change in 57 seconds. Ask the Indiana Pacers when you could expect gas prices to fall and why a father and son are charged with intimidation by Indy Metro Police. After Fox News, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis in the capital city on a Wednesday morning. It's 7 o'clock.
Making the final preparations to pick a new pope. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's at a mass held this morning in St. Peter's Basilica before the conclave in the Sistine Chapel.
We are here to invoke the help of the Holy Spirit, to implore his light and strength.
Cardinal Batista Ray delivered the homily. Fox's Alex Hogan is there.
Later this afternoon, there will be another prayer that is going to take place before the Cardinals take their oath of secrecy. Now, on top of the Cardinals giving up their phones and electronic devices, their rooms will be swept for bugs. Starting today, phone signals will be deactivated in the Vatican, and the Vatican will also use signal jammers to prevent surveillance, just as it did during the last conclave in 2013.
Well, that's when they chose the Pope Francis, who died last month. 2/3 of the 133 cardinals gathered in secret will have to agree before they send up white smoke to signal they've elected a new pope. India has launched an attack on Pakistan, which calls it an act of war, with 31 people killed. The Indian missile strikes at a Pakistan-controlled area of Kashmir in retaliation for a deadly terror attack in that region a few weeks ago. President Trump calls it a shame and hopes the skirmish ends quickly.
A little bit of the past. They've been fighting for a long time. You know, they've been fighting for many decades.
Well, that was after the president met with Canada's prime minister at the White House, talking trade and tariffs. And the continued Trump push to make Canada part of the U.S., Mark Carney says no.
Respectfully, Canadians' view on this is not going to change on the 51st day.
Speaking of trade talks, the U.S. and China will hold them this weekend in Switzerland, led by Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who tells Fox.
My sense is that this will be about de-escalation.
Amid high tariffs, both countries now charge each other for imports. Real IDs, they take effect starting today. You need to board an airplane or have a passport with it where you can't get on. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A lot happened before that big moment. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 54 degrees. Your high today is 78. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 7:02.
And we're just trying to make plays, man. Trying to make plays, trying to figure it out. You know, we wear it on them for 48 minutes.
That's Indiana Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton speaking right after nailing a game-winning three-pointer last night against the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals.
We had 6 guys in double figures tonight, you know, and that's been the theme for us in our success many times. So we're just trying to play the right way, and you know, we're a resilient group, and I'm really proud of our group for this effort tonight.
And the Pacers have a 2-0 lead. They come back here for games 3 and 4 starting Friday night at Cambridge Fieldhouse. The Associated Press and Gannett Media are suing the state of Indiana, saying it's unconstitutional to block reporters from witnessing executions. They argue the current law violates the First Amendment. Only prison staff, medical personnel, spiritual advisors, and up to 5 inmate-approved guests can attend. Reporters are only allowed if the inmate specifically invites them. Benjamin Ritchie is scheduled to be executed by the state for killing Beech Grove cop William Toney, and that execution is set for May 20th. Intimidation charges against an Indy man and his son. Jarrett Lewis explains.
A father and son in Indianapolis are facing charges of intimidation against IMPD and a detective following a hit and run that killed a pedestrian in March. Court records say Martin Thompson Sr., the victim's father, and his son made threatening posts online directed at IMPD, mad that an arrest has not been made yet in the case. Authorities say in one post, the father called for a National Kill a Cop Day once a month and said he would celebrate every time he hears that one is killed or wounded. The vehicle involved in the fatal hit and run has been found, but those involved have not been. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A plane crashes and a life lost. Here's John Herrick.
Gary Wolfelt from West Lafayette, Indiana, was flying what the FAA has confirmed as a Kit Model Express 2000 FT when it crashed in Ashland County, Ohio, Monday night. Wolfelt died, and investigators cleaning up the wreckage confirmed that he was the only person on board the single-engine aircraft. Now they're trying to figure out what caused the crash. Family and friends of Wolfelt say he was a seasoned aviator. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You could see Hoosier gas prices fall under $3 a gallon by Memorial Day. Gas Buddies Patrick DeHaan says one reason, OPEC is increasing oil production.
And just over the weekend, we saw OPEC also say that for June now, they're going to ratchet up output by another 400,000 barrels a day.
And he says it's a matter of supply and demand. The more gas available, the less it costs. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:05, traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
West Side crashing. Let's look at Tibbs Avenue. Tibbs and Michigan Street, that's a crash. And then we have a vehicle on its lid, Morse at Tibbs. And somebody was trapped inside of that car. They're able to get out on their own, and we like that. So avoid Tibbs and Morris. Also looking at northbound 465 west side at Rockville Road. That's the right lane that's closed. Traffic stop and go back to Washington Street. Hendricks County eastbound 70 at Hazelwood. Crash blocking the left lane. Northbound 65 stop and go traffic before Raymond Street into the south split. That's because of road construction. Lanes are taken away before the south split. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What are you doing?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. Nice start again here for your Wednesday. Seeing a little bit more cloud cover, but temperatures are going to be quite nice. We'll call it mostly cloudy to eventually partly cloudy this afternoon. Today's high around 78. We're mostly cloudy, quiet, not quite as cool overnight, low down to 57. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy. There is a stray shower or thunderstorm chance in the afternoon. Not everybody gets wet, though. Tomorrow's high 70 will be a bit cooler on Friday, but still not bad. We're dry. That's the most important thing. Mostly sunny with highs into the upper 60s.
That is Marcus Bailey right there, Wish TV meteorologist. Thank you, sir. We have got 52 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:07.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by B&W HVAC, Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard air dealer.
I'm watching video of these loser Antifa members in Washington, Seattle. There's a lot of problems going on at the University of Washington and the bigotry there. And now 3 guys all dressed in black, covering their faces, following an elderly couple and trying to stop them from walking while the police have to give this couple an escort to their car. That's Antifa. The worst of the worst. Engaged in intimidation, engaged in violence. You're not supposed to deal with these people like they're rational people. You're supposed to deal with these people the way they need to be dealt with. And now they're standing in front of cars and trying to keep people from driving. And the police just watch. I wonder what would happen in Indianapolis. I wonder how it would be handled by this department and by Joe Hogsett. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. Are people actually safe here? Meanwhile, in Indy, you have the announcement that the Capital Improvement Board of Marion County, they are going to be hiring, or they have hired a design firm to plan out a stadium. And my question for Joe Hogsett and Dan Parker is, you didn't steal that from the Indy 11 too? They did all the work to bring a Major League Soccer team to Indianapolis, and you said, we'll take that, thanks. Not a plan, not some great thinking. You were told by some people with dollars, here's what you're going to do. And you, Joe Hogsett, said, okie dokie, as long as it means I don't have to do any work, because doing work doesn't seem to be your thing. And this is what happened. This is what you did. I again state that anybody who trusts this city in a deal out of their heads. I mean, unless you have the last name of Simon or Lilly. All right, well, Lilly's not a last name, it's a company. But you get my point. What trust could you ever possibly have? And oh, yeah, of course, it's the Simons involved in the new soccer team. And I'm not going to say that the Simons can't be involved in trying to get a soccer team and control sports in Indianapolis, therefore Indiana. I'm not making that argument. What was done to the Indy 11 was obscene. Plain and simple. And Dan Parker and Joe Hogsett did this. The city county council flat out lied about whether or not they could build a stadium at the Diamond Chain site They lied. They made it up. Damn boots and the rest. I'm saying they never provided an ounce of proof to back up their position that that Major League Soccer wouldn't play there. Never. So I call that a lie. And now they're getting a designer. Fantastic. Good on them. Can't wait to see it. By the way, I'm ready for Major League Soccer. You're not going to see me object to it. You're going to see me go. But as for how it was done, really gross. Very, very gross stuff from Indianapolis. Meanwhile, Dawson's on Main still does not have a phone. The story is that Dawson's on Main in Speedway, of course, gearing up for the Indy 500, which you'll hear right here on 93 WIBC. You've got Hammer and Nigel live from Carb Day. I mean, the thing is nuts. You got Tales from the Track presented by Relay Indiana. That's sold out. I think you could still win tickets. Just got to listen to Hammer and Nigel to do it. So Dawson's on Main, this is their big month, but they were moving phone services and the phone line disappeared. And so people can't call them. So you go to dawsonsonmain.com if you want to place an order. I feel awful for them. And there are a lot of good Speedway businesses. So you should be doing what you can. I mean, they're already gonna have a good month, but you should be checking out all the Speedway places all the time. Barbecue and Bourbon. I've been to Barbecue and Bourbon. It's been a few years. Lots of good places, as I said. Check them out. But Dawson's on Main got hosed with their phone service, so I'm just trying to be as supportive as I can be here. Go check them out for yourself. Tell them Tony Katz in the Morning News sent you. Greatly appreciate that. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Turning 65, new to Medicare, or just moved? If you qualify for Medicare and Medicaid, a Humana Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan, a D-SNP, may give you the extra benefits you're looking for. A D-SNP helps cover things like prescriptions and checkups, but it also helps pay for essentials, too. With a Humana D-SNP, you get $225 a month for eligible groceries, rent, utilities, and more. Plus, whatever you don't spend carries over to the next month. You may even get benefits like $0 copays on routine prescriptions, plus routine dental, vision, or hearing coverage. All of this could make a difference for your health and wallet. Learn more at GetHumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a coordinated care HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal. Allowance amounts cannot be combined with other benefit allowances. Limitations and restrictions may apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
They told us nothing but lies.
These timeshare thieves out there are terrible.
They bullied us.
Our timeshare is all a scam.
They stole from us. They were thieves.
I was completely taken advantage of.
Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder and CEO of Wesley Financial Group, and I know the tough spot you're in. Are you asking yourself, why did I buy that timeshare? I'll tell you why, because that presentation wasn't a normal sales pitch. It was a show to convince you that timeshare is a great investment. They told you it was available today and today only. They said you're foolish if you don't buy, and unfortunately, you believed them. We get over 3,000 complaints a week from folks just like you that were misled into buying a timeshare. Give us a call. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242.
Mecum Auctions returns to the Indiana State Fairgrounds May 9th through 17th for Dana Mecum's 38th Original Spring Classic. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. And with more than 3,000 vehicles up for auction, it's a chance to bring home your dream car. Register to bid and buy tickets now at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
The grand opening of PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse is taking place Friday, May 9th from 4 to 7 p.m., and you should be there. Free food, beverages, new inventory, incredible specials, and meet the reps from Citizen Watch and Flederman Von Riest, where I'm their brand ambassador. Watches assembled right here in Indiana. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, Friday, May 9th, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg, 4 to 7 p.m. Find out more information at pajewelers.jewelry. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg. Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
South side, northbound 65, stop-and-go traffic after Keystone Avenue into the South Split. That is a maintenance zone, and lanes are reduced as you approach the South Split. Please take care as you make your approach. Crashes on Tibbs Avenue on the west side. We have Tibbs at Morris. A vehicle rolled. Somebody was trapped inside. They were able to get out. And a crash Tibbs Avenue and Michigan Street. Please use caution on Tibbs Avenue, both of those areas. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
52 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:16. Getting ready for the popcorn moment, brought to you by Boer Remodeling, B-O-O-H-E-R, BoerRemodeling.com. Their 5-step design process, that's all you need to know. You are going to have an amazing kitchen or master bathroom. Or you're going to take that basement and turn it into the home theater you've always wanted to make the basement a real part of the home. B-O-O-H-E-R, BoerRemodeling.com. For over 2 decades, taking care of Central Indiana. They deliver quality work on time with a service-oriented attitude. Honestly, you won't believe how much they stay on top of everything, so you know everything that's going on every step of the way. They redid my guest bathroom, an absolutely brilliant job. Still looks incredible. Timeless. That's what you want. You want it done once. You want it done right. Whether it's that kitchen, you need to create more space. You need a new layout. Whether it's that master bath and you want that spa-like feel, or it's taking that basement, turning it into a real operational home theater that you can enjoy with loved ones, with friends, with everybody. Boer Remodeling. Talk to them today. 317-852-5546. 317-852-5546. Boer Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Boer, B-O-O-H-E-R, BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn because there is more. It was a very interesting conversation that Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, was having on Fox yesterday with Laura Ingraham. Now, I bring this up to you, and I'm sharing in full. It's a little bit longer than normal because this is what we have been talking about. Okay, so this is May, so for 4 months, the conversation of tariffs, the conversation of prices going up, and the very idea that we may have to sacrifice now for the better tomorrow. Now, I disagree with Secretary Bessent when he says cheap goods aren't the American dream. Let's not deny the fact that having easy access to products is a good thing. Let's not pretend that that's not how markets work. Don't engage in a conversation that if the left engaged in that conversation, they'd be vilified every step of the way, and rightfully so. It would be a ridiculous argument. I would say that to Scott Bessent, nose to nose, without any fear. The argument had to have been from the beginning, what we're trying to accomplish here will make life better for your grandkids. What we're trying to accomplish here is a complete reset of an economy. We're trying to engage a thought process reset, which is even tougher. And it will take time, and there will be a short-term pain, but the result is this. Here's why it's better. We have been discussing this now for months, and we have been discussing how they've done a little bit here and a little bit there. I would have been much cleaner and clearer right from the beginning, because I believe you can get people with you on this. I absolutely believe you can get people with you. This was the conversation on Fox News yesterday.
Things between each other.
Some companies are just saying we're never coming back to the United States. Mattel, big toy company, hasn't been operating here for some years. Watch.
The tariffs come and they stay. Would it be cheaper to manufacture toys in the United States?
We don't see that happening. We believe that production in other countries is the best balance between manufacturing in international outside of the U.S. and continue to develop product in America.
Now, Mattel, that is Mattel's CEO, did say that, but what they said is we don't want any country having more than 25% of our production. That is a larger conversation they had over on CNBC. So this is the quote from Mattel saying they're not going to be moving more manufacturing to the United States. They've also stated they're going to try and keep 40 to 50% of their toy line under $20. That's the price point that they're trying to hit. The conversation continues.
Well, I remember we had toys that were made in the United States when you and I were growing up. We somehow had toys around the Christmas tree. We weren't all that deprived, and we had a pretty good Christmas. But what of that?
Well, a couple of things. There are plenty of other countries that make toys. I believe Barbie is actually made in Indonesia, Indonesia's come with very strong trade deals, tariffs, and non-tariff trade barriers that they're willing to take off. And look, the other thing, too, is this reporter behind me was quite snarky the other day when President Trump talked about the girl having two dolls. And he said, well, what... President didn't take the question, but he said, what would you tell that girl? I said, I would tell that young girl that you will have a better life than your parents, that you and your family, thanks to President Trump, can now be confident again that you will have a better life than your parents, which working class Americans had abandoned that idea. Your family will own a home. You will be able to advance. You will have a good education. You will have economic freedom. That's what we are advancing.
Yeah, the press...
That should have been the conversation 4 months ago. Clearly, they listened to the show because now they're on it. Now they're into the conversation. This is the story that they need to be telling. Why are we doing this? Here's why. Now, I still disagree with tariffs as policy. And I absolutely disagree with how we unleash these things based on trade deficits. If you had said 10% across the board, we need to negotiate new deals with everybody. But you, China, you're an abuser, and we are not putting up with your nonsense anymore. This would have gone a lot smoother. And I believe you would have come to the same place. Is the place that we're at right now a good one? The argument of a lot of countries want to make deals with us is different than here are the deals that we have made with other countries. Our argument here was, as much as I may disagree, the only way out is through. We're in it. Now let's go get the best results humanly possible. Because you and I might disagree about the methodology. I don't see how in the world we could disagree about how it should have been rolled out with a conversation of we need to make this happen. We need to change the thought process. And that means, yes, things will be a little tougher on these subjects. But if we do this right and we do this together, here's the result. Should have been laid out like that. Now, the left would say, you can't sell people on this. It was even Dan McLaughlin in a lovely piece over at National Review talking about you can't win people over with the idea of malaise. This isn't malaise. This is about harnessing people together on a vision. McLaughlin's smart, man. He is a bright dude. But it's a read of where Trump supporters are. They'll follow. And they'll buy in. And by the way, so will others who aren't necessarily all Trump all the time. You've heard it said many times, I'll take the hit now so my kids have an easier life tomorrow. And you believe it. You live it. So we may disagree about the tactic, but the only way out is through. We're in it right now. I think they should have been more on this subject. This is the conversation they need to have. This is it. But nothing matters until we see deals. Now, I argued nothing matters until you see the tariffs removed. That's when the markets really respond. Maybe Dr. Matt Will is right, and it only matters what the deal is. But a deal can be anything. As long as Trump says we have a deal, that's the only thing that matters. But the marketing of this finally coming through, finally being discussed. It isn't you're better off with $2. That's not the argument. That's actually a terrible argument. It's that if we work hard now and engage some sacrifice now to fix what has been wrong, we can have something better for children and grandchildren for decades, if not generations. That's the argument. And the White House is just starting to really play in that space. Matt Bear's got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Crashes on Tibbs Avenue, one in Michigan Street and one in Morris. That's a rolled car and no serious injuries. A person was trapped inside the car. They were able to get out. And then northbound 65 south side, stop-and-go traffic from Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's a maintenance zone causing a 4-minute delay. And as you approach the south split, you start to lose lanes, so please be careful on that approach. Everybody kind of slows down anyways, which is how it happened when I drove through it yesterday. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you're at the BNB. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Oh, yeah. Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon, 3:06. The biggest stories in Indy. Tony Kennett will join us. We're going to give away some Qualls tickets. Let's go, baby.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group. But before the Hubler name comes, everything goes. And when Hubler says everything goes, we mean it. Every pre-owned Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Highlander, Tacoma, Tundra, every car, every truck, everything in the showroom, everything on the lot. Need credit? Managers will be on site, accepting applications for immediate review. Plus, Hubler's got you covered. Every Q-certified vehicle includes our 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota, everything goes. It's your chance to save like never before. Don't miss it. When Hubler says everything goes, we mean it. On US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. Before the Hubler name comes, everything goes. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
I'm sure everyone says this, but my mom really deserves the world. This year, I finally found a Mother's Day gift that comes close. She loves Hellsberg, so I'm getting her these timeless gold earrings she can enjoy for years to come. They feel special enough to show how much I truly appreciate everything she does for me. And I mean everything. I even sent my dad a link to the Diamond Eternity band he'll be getting her, too.
Save up to 50% on Mother's Day gifts Mom will cherish forever. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you.
Masters Heating and Cooling is ready to make sure you are cool and comfortable all summer long. They took great care of my system, and they can help you make sure that everything is ready to go to ensure a nice, comfortable summer and then a very comfortable winter. I've worked with their general manager, David, numerous times, and it has always been a pleasure. And right now, you can get $500 off a new AC system. And if you've worked with Masters before and you've spent more than $500 on AC repairs in the last year, you can apply that amount as a credit towards a new system as well. Masters Heating and Cooling makes it easy. They've got flexible financing options and 24/7 service, so no matter what your issue, Masters Heating and Cooling is right there to take care of you and your family. Give Masters Heating and Cooling a call. 317-567-9505. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-567-9505. Or request service online at mastersindy.com. mastersindy.com.
This May, be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you're at the BMV.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
We've got a huge show with so many guests, I can't even begin to name them all.
Join us Wednesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Join our B&W Premier Club for additional benefits and exclusive discounts.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, B+W.com, your American Standard air dealer.
Oh, yeah. Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon, 3:06. The biggest stories in Indy. Tony Kennett will join us. We're going to give away some Qualls tickets. Let's go, baby.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Cardinals are preparing for a conclave to choose the new pope. Nothing on radar in downtown Indianapolis, where it's 54 degrees. Your high today, 76. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31.
Cardinal Ray gave the homily, saying in part, quote, "We are here to invoke the help of the Holy Spirit so that the Pope elected may be he whom the church and the world need in this moment of history."
That's Fox's Alex Hogan in Vatican City today.
And later this afternoon, there will be another prayer that is going to take place before the Cardinals take their oath of secrecy. Now, on top of the Cardinals giving up their phones and electronic devices, their rooms will be swept for bugs.
The Vatican City says it will use signal jammers to block anyone attempting to spy on the process. A real ID identity card is now required for air travel in the United States. Starting today, all passengers must use the cards to board domestic flights. TSA leaders say passengers without a real ID card may still be able to fly, but will face additional screening and have to wait in a separate line. A jury is expected to be seated today in the sex crimes case against rapper-producer Sean Diddy Combs in New York City. Both sides have already spent 2 days trying to put together a jury pool and appear to have 35 jurors to get ready to do this. Refineries are coming back online after being down for maintenance. Chris Davis reports on what that may mean for you and how much you pay for gas.
And as refineries do finish that maintenance work, they likely will start to crank up output, and that should put downward pressure on prices.
That downward pressure could bring us here in Indiana down to below $3 per gallon. DeHaan says possibly by Memorial Day. It's all a matter of supply and demand. The more gas that there is, the less it costs. And with refineries coming back online and OPEC also saying that they will bring production up by 400,000 barrels per day, DeHaan says you will very likely see some relief for your family budget. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You hear about violence from adults all the time, but what about violence by kids? Johnette Cruz reports on what that has to do with Indianapolis and why the chief is concerned.
IMPD Chief Bailey spoke with Hammer Nigel about the growing trend of people under the age of 18 committing crimes in Indianapolis, many of whom don't believe they're going to live past the age of 24.
Well, I mean, we have a whole generation of kids that just don't have any supervision or lack of, and they lack respect for traditional institutions, whether it's their own parents or grandparents, police officers.
Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
If you're driving in Fort Wayne, you better slow down. They have a new traffic unit that they reassembled after a 30-year hiatus, and they say they've already written 4,000 speeding tickets this year. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com.
It's the NBA. Crazier things have happened.
It's just what basketball is.
That's Indiana Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton reacting after draining this clutch three-pointer against Cleveland last night.
4 seconds to go. Halliburton for three. Three ball up top. Indiana by 1 and 1/10 seconds to go. And this rivals the Milwaukee finish.
Mark Boyle on the Elevance Health Radio Network. The Pacers now lead the best-of-7 series 2-0. So much for those overrated chants that Halliburton was greeted with in Cleveland.
Now that label's there, they're all, that's how it's going to be every time we play somebody. Every time on the road, he'll probably follow me until the next poll comes out, and then we'll see if I'm number one again. But, for me, I just control what I can, man. And, overrate that.
How about underrated? Center Miles Turner says his team is just having fun.
We already know the media's going to start talking about us now. Everybody's been doubting us, but all of a sudden it's like, oh, Pacers this. So we drown out that noise. We continue to work, keep our heads down, and take these 2 days to get ourselves right. I believe it's Friday, ready to go at it.
Yep, Game 3 Friday, Miles at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
South side stop-and-go traffic on northbound 65 after South Keystone Avenue up to the south split. That's because of road maintenance blocking lanes as you approach the south split. Also crashes. One more street at Tibbs Avenue. That's a crash with injury. A vehicle rolled. It is inverted, and they're cleaning that up right now. There was a patient trapped inside, but they were able to self-extricate. Also looking at a crash. Another one on Tibbs Avenue. That's at Michigan Street. Northbound 465. Northwest side. Slow 86th Street up to 865. Inbound 69. Stop-and-go traffic. 116th Street to 465 for a 9-minute delay. East side northbound 465 slows from 74 to Brookville Road and again from I-70 up to Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you're at the BMV. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
53 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Whenever I'm out a wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, Indy 500 nostalgia. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. During downtime, I'm clearing my head, getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself on a Facebook marketplace, all sorts of cool stuff, odd stuff, strange stuff, interesting stuff, weird stuff. I've bought, I've sold. The marketplace. We do this every day. It's brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It is your cash. Go get it. Just text Tony, my name, or Tony Katz, also my name, to 46220 to search for your cash, or go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Matt Bear.
Hi, Tony.
In a world of cool nostalgia, this might be the coolest thing I've ever seen, although you're going to need some cleaning equipment.
Oh.
This is 1969 Indy 500 Festival carpet.
Oh, well, that sounds like fun. Is this at Tony Katz?
Yes,
okay,
if you
right
search Tony Katz there on the Twitter X, you will see a photo of it. Oh. It's the logo. It's a circle. And it says 500 Festival, so 500 on top, Festival at the bottom, and then what it looks like the track around the state of Indiana and the Soldiers and Sailors Monument. It's fantastic.
And it's really brown. It's
super brown.
Yeah, it's. I thought it might be black and white, or maybe like Penske Marlboro Red with the.
No. This is browns and tans and this is very Nigel after a burrito. This is, that's what this is right here. It doesn't look like you couldn't do a whole room with it, but it looks like you could make an amazing rug out of it, or a runner in your house. It's fantastic.
500 fence. You could run a 5K on it, but you couldn't do a mini marathon.
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. Now, according to the person selling this, it was originally a full roll. It was originally 125 feet, and they cut a new piece and used it for an event they were doing every 2 to 3 years. So they are saying that based on it now, They were going to cut it up into squares. So, like, you could get, like, a square that has the logo on it, and it would be $75 each. But you might want to buy it the way it is. So you can make an offer, Matt Bear, on this roll of 500 Festival carpet.
Now, why would you want to buy just the square of it? I mean, was this carpet hung somewhere like in the Speedway Museum, or was it on turn 3? I mean, what would the value of me having a square actually be, other than the frame to put it on my wall?
If you take a look at the piece of carpet, it's 4 of these logos across, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down. I think they looked at it and said, if I cut it up into the individual logos, I can make more money by selling it that way.
Capitalism, baby.
Yeah, can't even be angry with that. And maybe for people it'd be better you put it on the wall and you're like, oh, that's super cool. This is fantastic. Absolutely. I don't know, maybe 1,000 of these things exist, but this is cool. This is worth making the offer on. I just don't know what that offer would be.
I don't know where you'd put it exactly, but it would look good wherever you put it.
Why does it say $1 at the top?
Because they wanted to get your attention. It says $1 because they wanted to suck you in, and that's what they did. You get this carpet, you also get a timeshare. But Matt Bear, this is cool nostalgia. As you being the Indy 500 expert here,
I would really like to have this. I don't know where I would put it. I mean, this would be for like a furnished garage. Or maybe a man cave, right. I mean, and if you are a huge Indianapolis 500 fan, then maybe your living room. I don't know. I don't cut it. I don't want to see it cut up in squares. It's just too nice of a piece.
I don't know if I would cut up into the individual squares, but I do think you could take a very large swath of this if you have the house, if you have the space, and have a giant piece of artwork that was just this.
Yeah,
it's that cool. It really is. I would be curious to know what the price would be for the whole carpet. That could happen. This is interesting. Check it out for yourself. Let us know what you think of it. Find everything we do for the marketplace at WIBC.com. We've got it all there. Super easy to find and check out. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. You need a tree? Circle City Trees has got you covered. We're talking about shade for the back patio. We're talking about a way to kind of separate yourself from that very noisy, if not nosy, neighbor. We're talking about a way to beautify your home, create a little depth in your backyard or your front yard, create something interesting and unique. Circle City Trees. They're the professionals, and every tree has got a personality. That's why you got to go check them out in Zionsville and see which one is right for you. They have this incredible selection of mature trees that thrive right here in Indiana. You've got flowering trees, ornamental trees, fruit trees, shade trees, evergreens, Circle City Trees. And they take care of the installation. They take care of the mulching. They've got a warranty. Trees up to 30 feet tall. So I'm not kidding. If you want privacy from your neighbor for something because you don't want to see what they're doing or you don't want them to see what you're doing, Circle City Trees, that's the call to make. They make it easy. The knowledgeable staff, they'll help you find the perfect tree. They can answer all your questions. Just bring a picture of your backyard or your front yard or your side yard, and they'll help you find the tree that will work perfectly for you. Circle City Trees, 317-768-3005. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-768-3005. Circle City Trees, 768-3005 or online at circlecitytrees.com.
Life moves fast. Another new directive from Donald Trump.
President Trump will not be deterred to make our federal government more efficient.
So does the news.
We expect those meetings to take place very soon.
Decisions made today.
I'm not a big fan of the Atlantic.
No threats to national security could impact you tomorrow.
Accountability and transparency.
What's next?
You never know what's going to happen.
Need to know what happened.
We're already tracking it. Stay in the know while you're on the go on 93 WIBC.
Matt Bear for Trajan Wealth. Hello. We have nice, predictable weather right now in Indiana. It's sunshine. Unfortunately, we can't say the same about the economy. The markets could use a little balance, right? Matt Bear here again for Trajan Wealth. The fiduciary advisors at Trajan are your answer with a solid, balanced financial portfolio that's designed to your personality. designed to what you want. Call today for your first consultation. It's free. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. You can feel secure with Trajan Wealth. They're Hoosier through and through with hard work, smart money management, and loyalty at their foundation. Call today and learn more about these strategies. That's 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC, registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP 105,575, Nautilus MSRP 6195, Corsair MSRP 47,820. Offers good through May 31st, 2025. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
Northbound 65 south side, stop-and-go traffic, Keystone Avenue into the south split. And we have a lane reduction before the south split for road maintenance, causing an 8-minute delay. Southbound 69 in from Fishers, and we're doing it slowly. Slow traffic, State Road 37 to 465, 8-minute delay. Crash on the west side. This is Moore Street at Tibbs Avenue. Crash east side, German Church Road at Penn Pike. And also on the east side, northbound 465, now grinding from 70 up to Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This May, you can be a hero at the finish line. Say yes to organ donation and talk to your family about your decision. A message from Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
53 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close, you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops, spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
Everyone's talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like your neighbor Brett.
We did Galaxy for the sidewalks and also the porch. The porch had a few pits. Galaxy said that was no problem.
Home or business, Galaxy Concrete Coatings got you covered.
Obviously with the front sidewalk and step, so we didn't worry about any kind of slipping. You know, you're concerned about that after rain. And then when it did dry, it didn't spot, it didn't stain. It was just like it had been done yesterday.
Lots of styles to choose from, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
One thing that my wife commented on was how easy the Galaxy coating swept versus just the bare concrete.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com now. That's Galaxy Concrete Coatings. And remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We're out of this world.
We moved here recently. I didn't even think twice about calling anyone else but Galaxy to come do this house.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
Guys, at Low T Center, the consultation and test are free for a limited time only. Don't let Low T slow you down this summer. Get the energy you need at Low T Center. Book now at fixmylowt.com. fixmylowt.com.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Your local Staples store has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Check out what's going on with 93 WIBC.
Listen to Hammer and Nigel this week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Rob Thomas with special guest A Great Big World, Friday, August 22nd at Everwise Amphitheater at White River State Park.
withdrawn earlier, given someone else a bigger chance?
I don't think it would have mattered. We left at a time when we had a good candidate. She was fully funded. And what happened was I had become what we had set out to do, no one thought we could do. And become so successful in our agenda, it was hard to say, no, I'm going to stop now. I meant what I said when I started, that I think I'm prepared to hand this to the next generation. It's a transition government. But things moved so quickly that it made it difficult to walk away.
Honestly, I don't know what Joe Biden's trying to say there, nor do I understand why he's doing interviews, this one with the BBC. It wouldn't have mattered? Okay, so you knew you were going to lose. I do not know what's going on here. I don't know why Team Biden is allowing this to take place. But this is not going to help any Democrat anywhere across the country. Then again, no one's better than the Democratic Party at not helping themselves, except, of course, for the Republican Party. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. A victory for President Trump in the courts. This has to do with who is in the military. The military transgender ban can proceed. Now, in the limited conversations I've had on this subject, I have spoken to people who say that transgender is not the issue with the military. It is combining of the sexes that leads to an issue because they eventually get into physical relationships with each other. It doesn't happen with people who are transgender. That has been my conversation with people. But this is the Supreme Court in a 6-3 decision saying that the president indeed gets to decide the policy. He's the commander-in-chief. The three who voted against this, of course, Sonia Sotomayor, Elena Kagan, and Ketanji Brown Jackson, who are not interested in the executive being able to do anything. They think that the military should be some instrument of social change. I would say this directly to them and let them try and argue against. I don't argue that you like the decision. The argument is, does the president, the commander-in-chief, actually get to command the military? And any answer other than yes is insane. But this is where the left is. The left is they should have total power and you should have no power. And they will engage in as much lawfare and judge shopping as humanly possible. They will do everything possible to ensure that your vote is meaningless. This is not about Trump. This is about you. It's about you and what you did and how you voted. And you're going to learn your lesson. And you don't get a say. And you don't get a choice. And you don't. The president can't run the military is one heck of a stretch. So I am pleased by this move. Disagreeing with it would be about how do you believe that unit readiness is accomplished? And that's a discussion. This is a constitutional question about who's in charge. And it isn't the courts. It's the executive. It's the commander-in-chief. And if you want a different policy, get a different commander-in-chief, boo-boo. That's all there is. And that's the way you need to start understanding it and phrasing it to other people. Because what they are arguing is this president shouldn't be allowed to be president. And then they will sit there and claim to you how they somehow care about the Constitution. They do it in the same breath with the same face without any recognition of how ridiculous they sound. And I believe it's up to us to look at them and go, you're weird, and then walk away. Because they are weird. Because they don't value the Constitution. They certainly don't value the vote of 77 million Americans. And they don't mind telling you that your vote doesn't matter. which is what the left has been saying now for months. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
All right, we look in Lawrence and northbound 465. That's the northeast side, by the way. It's a crash northbound 465 at East 71st Street, and the fast lane is closed. Traffic stop and go past Penn Pike, then slow to Washington Street. Crash on the west side, Morris at Tibbs. A car and its lid here, and somebody was trapped inside that car. They were able to pull themselves out. We're happy about that, but still, cleanup should be about finished there. But Morris at Tibbs Avenue, crash cleanup. Looking at the northwest side, northbound 465, slow roll, 86th Street into 865. Eastbound 465, slow off 865 over to Meridian. Inbound 69, stop and go traffic coming in from State Road 37 to 465. It's an 11-minute delay. On the south side, northbound 65, a grind after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. We lose lanes as we approach the south split because of maintenance. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you're at the BMV. I'm Matt Bear. Traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, will you be filing for Social Security in the next 5 years? The amount of lifetime income you get from Social Security could vary by hundreds of thousands of dollars. And basically, it all boils down to not only your timing, but also coordinating taxes, spousal benefits, IRAs, 401k withdrawals, and much more. Hammer and Nigel here. You got to make sure you get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery.
We trust Bill Demery, and you can too. And if you've saved more than $200,000 and have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. This analysis could help you get hundreds of thousands of dollars in additional lifetime income, and it's free. Schedule it right now, 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
Denny Smith for Sundown Gardens, where the annual hanging basket sale is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's right. It's 20% off hanging baskets this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Sundown Gardens, plus 30% off chocolates. Now, you know your mom loves flowers and chocolate. And the nursery's full of high-quality trees and shrubs. The greenhouse is overflowing with annuals, perennials, and more. Don't forget, the hanging basket sale this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield. SundownGardens.com.
Before the newest candy and snacks hit store shelves, they start at the Sweets and Snacks Expo. And this year, it's coming to Indy May 13th to 15th. 1,000 candy and snack companies will debut innovations and showcase bestsellers. Retailers from around the world attend to discover what's next, build connections, and stay on trend. Retailers and distributors can get 25% off registration now at sweetsandsnacks.com/Indy. This is an industry event. If you're a fan of candy and snacks, you'll have to wait for the latest sweets and snacks on store shelves.
What is 988?
It's a free 24-hour suicide and crisis lifeline.
And what is a crisis?
Maybe something you experience so often.
You don't even think it's a crisis.
Anxiety over money.
A stressful relationship.
Concerns about a loved one's mental health.
If you are experiencing thoughts of suicide or mental health or substance use crisis, call or text 988.
It's a listening ear.
And it's a way forward.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in focus and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
101 West Ohio, Indianapolis. CordellCordell.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers studio, some people may want to rethink the overrated label for Pacers star Tyrese Halliburton, when you could expect gas prices to fall here in Indianapolis, and why a father and son are being criminally charged by Indy Metro Police after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
They're getting ready to gather in secret. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's at a mass this morning before the conclave to elect a new pope.
Pray that the Holy Spirit, who in the last 100 years has given us a series of truly holy and great pontiffs, will give us a new pope according to God's heart, for the good of the church and of humanity.
That's Cardinal Bautista Rey before 133 other cardinals go inside the Sistine Chapel to vote on who will replace Pope Francis, who died last month.
The cardinals will take their oath to secrecy, and all of that will take place in a matter of hours.
Fox's Alex Hogan at the Vatican.
They've been meeting in the last week to get to know each other, discussing this choice and what the future of the Catholic Church will look like.
Two-thirds of the cardinals will have to agree on who should be the next pope. Two nuclear-armed rivals are fighting each other again. India has attacked a region of Kashmir controlled by Pakistan, retaliating for a terror attack last month it blames on Pakistan. The Indian missile strikes have killed at least 31 people.
Pakistan's Prime Minister calls it an act of war. India says it's hit 9 locations housing terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan and Pakistan-controlled Kashmir. In response, cross-border shelling, which according to the Indian militaries resulted in several civilian deaths. Pakistan claims to have shot down a number of Indian fighter jets.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. President Trump says he hopes the conflict ends quickly. Former President Biden's taking a swipe at his successor, telling BBC in his first interview since leaving office that Trump attempts to retake the Panama Canal and take control of Greenland and make Canada a U.S. state have led Europeans to distrust the U.S. Today's the day the mandate to have a real ID goes into effect for people to board an airplane or get into some federal buildings.
Real ID is part of a law passed by Congress 20 years ago, though the Department of Homeland Security saying extra steps and a valid passport will also work for now in order to fly for those who haven't yet been able to get the real ID.
Jeff Manasso, America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The shot that sent Indiana Pacers fans into a frenzy. Nothing on radar in downtown Indianapolis, 53 degrees. Your high today, 76. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02.
Second one is short, and it's rebounded by Halliburton. The Pacers have a timeout. Will they use it? No, they don't. Yes, they do have a timeout. 4 seconds to go. Halliburton for three. Three ball up top. Indiana by 1. 1 and 1/10 seconds to go. Inbound. Merrill didn't get it off, and this rivals the Milwaukee finish.
Mark Boyle on the Elevance Health Radio Network. The Pacers were down by 7 points with less than a minute left to play in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals on Tuesday night against the Cavaliers. Halliburton missed a free throw, grabbed his own rebound, hit a three-pointer, and helped the Pacers close the gap and take a 2-0 series lead in their best-of-7 playoff series.
To put all this into words, we played from behind the whole game. The fourth quarter, we just hung in. We've been in a lot of these situations this year and down the stretch of the season.
Game 3 here in Indianapolis Friday night. You may remember a couple of days ago when a man was shot and killed by police outside the Hendricks County Courthouse. Here's Wish TV's Cody Fisher.
Neighbors of Mark Vaughter tell me that 2 weeks ago, he told them that he didn't have long to live. In hindsight, they now see that as a warning for what was to come here at the Hendricks County Courthouse. Dennis and Charlotte Wagner tell me the conversation with Mark Vaughter happened right here in Vaughter's driveway.
It didn't mean anything to me. I just thought maybe he was confused or something a little bit, but
Yeah, bet.
That was the way he put it was kind of spooky now.
The Wagners didn't think anything of it because Vaughter had previously had health problems.
And police are still looking into the shooting. You could see Indiana's gas average go down under $3 a gallon, perhaps by Memorial Day. Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan says one reason is OPEC is increasing oil production.
And just over the weekend, we saw OPEC also say that for June now, they're going to ratchet up output by another 400,000 barrels a day.
And he says it's a matter of supply and demand. The more gas available, the less it costs. Intimidation charges against an Indianapolis man and his son. Here's Jarrett Lewis.
A father and son in Indianapolis are facing charges of intimidation against IMPD and a detective following a hit and run that killed a pedestrian in March. Court records say Martin Thompson Sr., the victim's father, and his son made threatening posts online directed at IMPD, mad that an arrest has not been made yet in the case. Authorities say in one post, the father called for a National Kill a Cop Day once a month and said he would celebrate every time he hears that one is killed or wounded. The vehicle involved in the fatal hit and run has been found, but those involved have not been. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And NDOT is hosting a formal public hearing and open house next week to share the latest Level Up 31 project plan information, and they also want your feedback. I'm Ryan Hedrick on The Level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:05, traffic on the fives. How the roads looking, Matt Bear?
Well, Lawrence, not great, Ryan. Looking at the northeast side crash, northbound 465 at East 71st Street. It blocks the fast lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to I-70. That's an 18-minute delay. Also on the east side, crash German Church Road at Penn Pike. Northbound 65 on the south side slows after Keystone Avenue into the south split. That is a maintenance zone. We lose lanes as we approach the south split. Looking at inbound 69, stop and go traffic 116th Street down to 465. Inbound 65 slow around the White River. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What do we know?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. It's a nice start here this morning. A little cloudy, but comfortable here. We're into the mid-50s now. It should be a beautiful day today. We'll see the sunshine coming back out this afternoon. We'll go partly cloudy, warm, a high of 78. Tonight, mostly cloudy, maybe not quite as cool, low down to 57. Thursday, we're partly to mostly cloudy. There is a slight chance for a shower, maybe a rumble of thunder in the afternoon. Thursday's high around 70. It is going to be a bit cooler for Friday, but not bad. And most importantly, we're dry. Mostly sunny skies Friday afternoon with highs near 70.
Dude, what's with your phone?
What's with my phone?
You sound like you are coming through on an old-timey Victrola.
Oh, all
right? Like somebody has to crank the record player to play. Like you're about to sing Swanee River.
Okay.
Right? There
I don't
it is.
know.
Could be the new phone line, Tony.
It could be the new phone line. I don't know.
I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to blame you guys. I didn't want to go down that road. I was just going to say maybe I need to like power down and power back up again.
I don't know. I don't know if it's you or it's
probably
you.
Me. It's probably me.
I don't know if it's your fault or someone who looks like you.
I'm going to go with someone that looks like me.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
So there it is.
We'll
there
work
it is.
on
That's Marcus Bailey.
We'll see.
Appreciate you, man. 55 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:07.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by B&W HVAC, Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard air dealer.
So the city of Indianapolis has spent $100,000 investigating Joe Hogsett, his administration, the sexual harassment. Now they're asking for $300,000 more. Michael Paul Hart leads the Republicans, was on with Hammer and Nigel, and said they're updating operational policies for the city. So that's one arm of everything that they're doing and where they've made some updates and changes. The question, of course, is, has Hogsett turned over any documentation to show that there was an investigation into his deputy mayor, Thomas Carl Cook, a guy who we were discussing for years is a low individual. We would try and reach out, or I would say we didn't try. We'd reach out and want to do interviews. No. And it was always Thomas Carl Cook saying no, and then he would troll us like, oh, too bad for you. It was super weird. Very, very odd, strange guy. Credible, it seems, allegations regarding multiple women and his sexual impropriety. Hogsett says, oh, there was an investigation, won't prove it. He's still mayor. The media has dropped this story. Hart wants to continue the investigation. I'm not usually okay with this level of spending. But if the media won't do their job, go ahead. Take the money and investigate. Indianapolis won't have money for something else. Oh, well, that's on you because you won't do the work. You, Indianapolis, won't do the work. Don't look at me, as you often try to remind me, I don't live here. I'm in Carmel. I don't get a say, whatever other nonsense. Fine. It's just going to cost you. While you allow Joe Hogsett to stay in office, while you allow this guy who allowed inappropriate abuse I should say inappropriate abuse. All abuse is inappropriate. Allowed abuse to take place. And rehired the guy. That's Joe Hogsett. Not a single one of you. The communist Jesse Brown has called for him to resign. That's it. Then again, the communist Jesse Brown wants the whole system to collapse. So I try not to take him in any level of serious. That chump. But Democrats are fine with it. And the city seems to be fine with it. And media doesn't put a microphone in this guy's face every day. Hell, we don't know where he was for 2 nights of riots coming up on the 5-year anniversary of the riots here in Indianapolis. Nobody knows where he was. Just let the city burn. Amazing. Luckily, it didn't burn to the ground. So give Michael Paul Hart his money. Give him his money. It's keep the investigation going. Somebody's doing their job. And greatly appreciate that. Also, let us say now, so it can be said, that the Indiana Pacers are unbelievable. The win last night, 120-119, the last second, and it's actually more than last second, from Tyrese Halliburton, it's incredible. Incredible. Now up 2-0 over the Cavaliers. They're coming back home. Best of luck getting a ticket for that. If they're able to close this out while in this homestand, get themselves some rest, good Lord. Great news for the city. Great news for the bars and restaurants. What a month of May this is starting to turn into. Hopefully it continues, but my gosh. Tyrese Halliburton is 2 wins away from getting some legend status, and he's already close. Last second heroics have been unreal. Good on them. Super impressive. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Your future holds so much potential. The question is, are you planting the right seeds today to make it flourish? At Howard Bailey Financial, we strive to help you create a retirement plan that can adapt to your evolving needs, offering guidance to bring you clarity, confidence, and purpose along the way. Whether you're just beginning or refining your financial strategy, we're here to support you. Let's grow something lasting together. Text GROW to 888-262-1104 to start planning for your future full of possibility. That's GROW to 888-262-1104. Take the first step today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
When When it comes to managed network services and IT support, Applied Innovation is at the top of the list for these Applied Innovation customers. Sean Carnahan, sales manager for Adventure Homes.
They do all of our computers, so they take care of all of our issues, anything that comes up with our servers, any tech support, software we need, any equipment we need.
Eric Lane, Director of Information Technology for Raleigh Williams Paint Spot.
Applied Innovation has been very proactive, and they've laid out a plan for here is what we look like today, and here's what we want to look like in 18 months and then going forward. So it's the long-term vision that they have that other companies didn't.
Ashley Crane, IT Director for Belmont Beverage.
They're just a really great company that has a lot to offer to a small IT team like ourselves.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple, backed by a partner you can trust. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
They told us nothing but lies.
These timeshare thieves out there are terrible.
They bullied us.
Our timeshare is all a scam.
They stole from us. They were thieves.
I was completely taken advantage of.
Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder and CEO of Wesley Financial Group, and I know the tough spot you're in. Are you asking yourself, why did I buy that timeshare? I'll tell you why, because that presentation wasn't a normal sales pitch. It was a show to convince you that timeshare is a great investment. They told you it was available today and today only. They said you're foolish if you don't buy, and unfortunately, you believed them. We get over 3,000 complaints a week from folks just like you that were misled into buying a timeshare. Give us a call. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242.
Traffic on the fives, and Matt Bear, what are you doing?
Yanks looking at the northeast side, and we're jammed up on northbound 465 right now before I-70 up to 75th. It's because of a crash blocking the left lane. Delay time at 25 minutes if you're at the back from Washington Street, US 40. Inbound 69 slow from 116th Street, 282nd, a 7-minute delay. Northbound 65, this construction zone is really a grind right now. Stop and go traffic after Keystone Avenue into the South Split, and lanes are taken as you closer to the South Split that you get. If you peel off left, you'll go westbound 70. If you peel off in the right 2 lanes, that'll keep you on 65. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping and code RADIO. And get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
55 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
Hey guys, it's Rob. You know the Indy 500 is coming up. Lots of hats out there. For me, I say, why wear a hat when I have hair? Thanks to my friends at We Grow Hair Indy. Time to get out there. Call We Grow Hair Indy right now at 317-522-2995. Get your hairline back. No more covering that bald spot. No need to wear a hat. Go to WeGrowHairIndy.com and get a free evaluation. Call 317-522-2995. That's 317-522-2995.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
To try and make sense of this Ed Martin story, because I'm not an expert on Ed Martin. I am an understander of the situation. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Ed Martin is the nominee to be the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. Right? So the president's nominee to be the U.S. Attorney for D.C. In order for this to happen, Senate Judiciary Committee has to move this nomination out of committee. On the committee is North Carolina Senator Tom Tillis. Tom Tillis has decided he cannot vote for Ed Martin because of Ed Martin's advocacy and serving as defense counsel for people charged with January 6th related crimes. Did I say hello, Tony Katz, 93 WIBC? Hey, what's going on? How are you? Martin has tried to get Tom Tillis to recognize that, hey, people are allowed a defense. And the issue here is the over-prosecution of people on January 6th, which is certainly a factual argument to make. Tillis has said if it was for any other district, I'd be fine. But D.C., January 6th, the answer is no. Because Republicans have a 12-10 split on that committee, if Tillis is a no vote, that's 11-11. It's deadlocked. The nomination does not move forward. What happens in that situation? What happens in that situation is that there's a district court judge who gets to decide who the new U.S. attorney is. That district court judge is Boasberg, James Boasberg, the same judge who has ruled against Trump on a series of things, including deportations. This guy would get to decide who the next U.S. attorney is. Now, why that's the system, I cannot elaborate, but that's the story here. So this becomes very, very concerning. And there is an argument being made that what John Thune, the Senate Majority Leader, should do is remove Tillis from the committee. Is Tillis trying to get a little something, trying to build himself a little something? Tillis is a guy who has been a thorn in the side for a while. What is he trying to get? What is he after? Remember, this is politics and everything is a deal and there's opportunities here, there, and everywhere. It isn't done until it's done. It is certainly something to pay attention to in a very large way. Unsurprising, you will find that Representative Jasmine Crockett is an elitist snob. As the story goes, she was flying out of Atlanta. I don't know, she was connecting through Houston, where she's a member of, where she represents in Congress. And she's there at the airport, waiting to get on the plane. She has 2 police officers with her, a taxpayer-funded police escort. As Republican Lisa McClain took pictures and posted, Jasmine Crockett with a taxpayer-funded police escort, cutting everyone in line, even making disabled people wait. And it shows her cutting to the front of the line. And you know how they let someone in a wheelchair, somebody has trouble getting down the jetway, give them time to get on the plane? Nope, she goes first. She goes first. It's ugly. Remember, she is right now the voice of the Democratic Party, and she is as awful as you thought she was. I mean, the photos tell the story. Now, if she wants to argue against the photos, she's more than welcome to. But she is an absolute elitist snob, which is not surprising to anyone. Surprising is that Indianapolis is going to move forward with the Henry Street Bridge project. We were told that Major League Soccer would not build a stadium at the Diamond Chain site because there are graves there. It was a graveyard from years past, and certainly we should be very focused on moving these bodies with as much respect as we can create in the situation. I'm not saying no to that in the slightest. But we were told that you can't have this stadium because there are too many graves and Major League Soccer won't do it and it just can't be done. But there's a bridge project that has been taking place. It's going to connect downtown to the near west side. This is where Elanco's global headquarters would be. It extend over the White River between Washington and Oliver. In this area, archaeology consultants, the story at WIBC.com, have identified 674 grave shafts within the Henry Street right-of-way. The city had estimated that 650 could be found during excavation. So now, the question is, will they stop construction? We're not going to build the bridge, right? Can't build the bridge. If you can't build a stadium, you can't build a bridge. Or was every member of the Indianapolis City County Council screaming about this, lying through their teeth? Because it doesn't matter if they screw over the Indy 11. Doesn't matter if they don't build a stadium, because they'll build it somewhere else by basically stealing land and developing another district. Hopefully the state will go with them because they haven't gotten that yet. Oh, but when they need to build a bridge, well, then it's fine. You see, those grave sites are different. This city, man, this city is something else. And they do it right in front of your face, and they feel no shame whatsoever. This goes back to media. This goes back to news. We talk about it, but I do commentary. Where is a reporter with a microphone in Hogsett's face and Dan Parker's face and all of these council members' faces? Why is it okay to continue with the bridge project and not with a stadium? Why did you lie about the stadium? And they don't do it. They just don't. And Indianapolis continues to get what it gets. Just another day of exposing the nonsense of this city county council, the nonsense of these people. And I'll be told I don't understand. No, I'm pretty sure I do. Pretty sure we've got this understood. But you're more than welcome to explain why this project, it's okay to just throw the bodies out with the bathwater. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Okay, I have this on camera. It's on the southeast side. Just happened. Crash on northbound 465 north of Washington Street, and a crash. It's blocking the right center lane, causing a bit of a slowdown. After that, we continue to be slow all the way up to East 71st Street because of a crash that blocks the left lane. That comes with a delay time of 32 minutes. South side, northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic from Keystone Avenue into the South Split. A 6-minute delay through that work zone. Also a crash on the east side. This is German Church Road at Penn Pike. Crash east side, Arlington Avenue at Village Plaza South Drive. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network had driven to save lives. Remind you to say yes to organ donation to next time you're at the BMV. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got tickets to the PPG Armed Forces Qualifying Day at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Be the fourth caller. Get the tickets. 2 tickets, 317-239-9393. Wait, is that the number? Do we have a new number?
No, that's the number. It works.
It does? Are you sure?
Yes, we gave away tickets earlier today.
317-239-9393. I just want to make sure. Fourth caller, 2 tickets to the PPG Armed Forces Qualifying. It's going to be a good time. You will be there. You will see all the action. The fourth caller, make it happen. 317-239-9393.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
We've got a huge show with so many guests. I can't even begin to name them all.
Join us Wednesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Stylin'. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192. New equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555. A 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Come on, Indy. Don't use the spring to paint your house year after year. Do what Deanna did. She called Rhino Shield.
I was noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
The ceramic coating of Rhino Shield is specifically formulated for our climate.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. They just didn't leave a mess. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
Backed by a 25-year transferable warranty. And now get the protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
Rhino Shield, I think it increases the value and the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in focus and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
101 West Ohio, Indianapolis. CordellCordell.com.
This May, you've got a chance to see what an IndyCar driver's dream garage really looks like. WIBC's Tales from the Track, presented by Relay Indiana, takes you inside Graham Ray Hall Performance, a high-octane hangout where racing meets luxury. Hammer and Nigel sit down with Graham for great stories, laughs, and insights from someone who grew up on the hallowed grounds of the IMS. But this backstage pass to speed, style, and surprises is sold out. The only place to register to win tickets is WIBC.com.
This May, you can be a hero at the finish line. Say yes to organ donation and talk to your family about your decision. A message from Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The process to strike a trade deal with China has begun. Nothing on radar in downtown Indianapolis, where it's 56 degrees. Your high today, 76. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 8:31.
We've agreed to talk. Then on Saturday and Sunday, we will agree what we're going to talk about. My sense is that this will be about de-escalation, not about the big trade deal.
That's U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Trade Representative Jamieson Greer, and they're going to meet with China leaders very soon.
And what could be the first step in the resolution of a trade war initiated by President Trump's high tariffs on imports. The Chinese Commerce Ministry has confirmed the meeting, which comes after months of rising tensions between the two countries. China has repeatedly said it would not engage in talks until the U.S. withdrew its tariffs.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers reporting. More than 130 cardinals meet today to choose a new pope. No conclave has gone more than 5 days in over a century. Motown legend Smokey Robinson has been accused of sexual assault. 4 women, all employed as housekeepers, submitted a $50 million lawsuit in L.A. yesterday. A new bill signed by Governor Braun is designed to regulate high hospital prices. Here's Jarrett Lewis.
Indiana Governor Mike Braun giving his signature to House Bill 1004 this week. Its objective is to regulate high hospital prices in the state and will revoke the nonprofit status of hospitals with prices exceeding the state average, which will be determined by the Indiana Office of Management and Budget. That office is expected to complete its first study by June of 2026.
This issue has been seen as too tough to tackle because of entrenched special interests.
The Indiana law will be fully implemented by 2029. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A football fan is suing the NFL over Shedeur Sanders' performance in the NFL draft. Sanders was expected to be a first-round pick, but ended up getting chosen in the 5th round by the Cleveland Browns. Now an unidentified person is claiming $100 million in damages for severe emotional distress and trauma. Some possible relief is coming to your family budget. Here's Chris Davis.
Gas prices expected to go down across the country and in Indiana, says Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan.
Ultimately, I think as we get closer to Memorial Day, we will likely start to see more stations going back below the $3 a gallon mark. And into the summer, as summer does wear on, gas prices do tend to go down throughout the summer.
The average price in the state around $3.16 per gallon. DeHaan says refinery maintenance has been keeping gas in short supply and prices up. But that's coming to an end. And OPEC is also increasing production. All that means more supply, lower prices. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. The Indiana Pacers trailed by 7 points with under a minute left to go in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals last night against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but they closed the gap. And with Tyrese Halliburton at the line for his second free throw, Mark Boyle on the Elevance Health Radio Network takes it over.
Second one is short, and it's rebounded by Halliburton. The Pacers have a timeout. Will they use it? No, they don't. Yes, they do have a timeout. 4 seconds to go. Halliburton for three! Three ball! Up top! Indiana by 1! 1 and 1/10 seconds to go. Inbound. Merrill didn't get it off, and this rivals the Milwaukee finish.
Following the game, Halliburton said,
"We don't give up. We're battle tested. As a group, we've basically been together for about 2 years now, and that continuity has been really good for us. We've had to figure out so many different ways to win."
In Game 3 Friday night right here in Indianapolis, Pacers lead the series 2-0. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. At 8:35, traffic on the 5s. What are you watching for us, Matt Bear?
It's monster delay on the east side. It's northbound 465, and we are stop-and-go traffic from Washington Street up to East 71st. That's because of two problems. The first you'll encounter going northbound on 465 is a crash after Washington Street, and two center lanes are blocked, and that has us jammed to Washington. After that, continue to be slow in this delay up to East 71st, and that's a crash at East 71st Street, blocking the left lane. Total delay to get through all of that right now is at 30 minutes. Northbound 65 south side, stop and go traffic, Keystone Avenue into the south split. Lanes are taken away before the south split because that is a maintenance zone. It puts our delay time at 6 minutes. Inbound 69, slow off 106th Street, 296. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you're at the BMB. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
57 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
As our loved ones age, ensuring their safety at home becomes a top priority. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. I'll be right back with some practical things you can do to reduce the possibility of a fall or injury.
Cardon and Associates offers the finest senior living options tailored to your loved one's needs. Reservations are now being accepted for new apartments at Copper Trace in Westfield. Visit cardon.com.
Removing tripping hazards such as rugs and floor clutter is one way to prevent or minimize falls around the home. Another is to position grab bars in the restroom and other common areas where your loved one may need some extra support. Contact your local area agency on aging to inquire about low-cost or free installation services. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
The pothole. Formed in colder months, tiny fissures are born, and in no time at all, they grow into big, gigantic tire killers. That's why you need Matt Bear Traffic.
Watch out on Keystone Avenue.
He'll guide you around these hidden monsters.
Yeah, might as well call it a basement.
And on to safer ground.
You don't want to be in the far left lane.
Mornings and afternoons on 93 WIBC.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight. Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Dow futures up 189, NASDAQ futures up 49. This because we're hearing about trade talks happening this weekend. I think it's in Sweden or it's in Switzerland, wherever it is. There, finally, you've got Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary. You've got Greer, who takes care of trade, the trade representative, Jameson Greer. They're going to be having a conversation with their Chinese counterparts in Switzerland to discuss trade matters. So even the idea of a talk makes people feel better. Oil prices, you've got West Texas crude by the barrel up to $59.56 a barrel. Brent crude, $62.54. The Treasury, 10-year Treasury note at 4.316, still putting mortgage rates out of reach and making the housing market more difficult. Just reality. Not as many people are going to buy a house when mortgage rates are getting near 7%. They're just not going to have any part of it. But the real question here is not only what's going to happen in this trade meeting, what's going to happen with the Fed? Are they going to lower rates? And I'm going to put my marker down and say, oh, hell no. They're not lowering rates. That's just not happening. Let's not be ridiculous. The inflation is still there. They have no need to do it, no want to do it. They're not doing it. Just a guy placing a bet. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close, you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops, spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
Here's why the Hammer and Nigel Show trusts Window Nation. I'm talking an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. Installers who specialize in windows, many with over 15 years experience.
Window Nation, they've got the best deals and the best products. Their windows are energy efficient. The nasty weather stays outside. Your perfect climate stays inside. And Window Nation offers a lifetime warranty on all of their windows, so you can save long into the future. And right now, get 60% off a house full of windows. For 2 years, you won't have to pay anything. No down payment, no interest, no monthly payments. You pay nothing until 2027. And when you get a house full of windows, you'll also get a free entry door. 866-90-NATION. Call, talk to one of their representatives, ask about all the deals. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group. But before the Hubler name comes, everything goes. And when Hubler says everything goes, we mean it. Every pre-owned Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Highlander, Tacoma, Tundra, every car, every truck, everything in the showroom, everything on the lot. Need credit? Managers will be on site, accepting applications for immediate review. Plus, Hubler's got you covered. Every Q-certified vehicle includes our 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota, everything goes. It's your chance to save like never before. Don't miss it. When Hubler says everything goes, we mean it. On US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. Before the Hubler name comes, everything goes. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Join WIBC this Saturday 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show live from Sullivan Hardware and Garden at 71st and Keystone. Pat, Denny, Terry, and Allison will help you pick out the gift for your mom. That's this Saturday at Sullivan Hardware and Garden, 71st and Keystone.
This May, you've got a chance to see what an IndyCar driver's dream garage really looks like. WIBC's Tales from the Track, presented by Relay Indiana, takes you inside Graham Ray Hall Performance, a high-octane hangout where racing meets luxury. Hammer and Nigel sit down with Graham for great stories, laughs, and insights from someone who grew up on the hallowed grounds of the IMS. But this backstage pass to speed, style, and surprises is sold out. The only place to register to win tickets is WIBC.com.
Neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique, custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
The spring selling season is here. Activity is up. Could be the best time in years to sell your home, but some homes are sitting on the market. Hiring an expert who can maximize equity and minimize hassle, well, that's the key. Minimizing hassle is always the key. That expert, that's Mark Dietel. Perhaps you're worried about, with a challenging market, you won't be able to sell your home for the price that it's worth. Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Just pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. David in Martinsville said, we bought our dream property and had to sell our old place with land by the end of the year to avoid a big tax hit. We had an agent friend who gave us no activity for months. Worried, we turned to Mark Dietel to save us. Mark's team took over, marketed our property like pros, and got our property sold in plenty of time. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold, or he'll buy it. That's Mark Dietel. Call 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
Kendall and Casey.
You just heard him mention dignity.
Simple dignity. Everyone deserves to be treated with dignity.
Dignity.
He's turned into Randy Marsh from South Park. That's America. I'm sorry. It's America.
It's about dignity.
Yes.
Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America.
Kendall and Casey. Weekdays 9 till noon on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Traffic on the 5s, and Matt Bear, what's up?
Northeast side crashes going in both directions at East 71st Street. Let's look at southbound 465. Crash before East 71st. And it closes the left lane. Left 2 lanes, in fact. Traffic is jammed up to I-69. The northbound 465 after East 71st Street. This is a crash blocking 2 left lanes and stopping traffic. Back to I-70. And then northbound 465 on the east side, crash after Washington Street, and 2 center lanes are closed. Northbound 65 stop and go traffic after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's because of road maintenance, and we lose lanes approaching the south split. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This may be a hero at the finish line. Indiana Donor Network and Driven Tuesday Lives remind you to say yes to organ donation the next time you're at the BMB. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 56 degrees. That sounds about right. In the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, the time is 8:46.
The most important advice I can give to someone regarding their heating and air conditioning system is for them to change their filters.
And get regular maintenance from B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard air dealer.
Time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that TV theme song? Too easy! Too easy, producer Carl. Me, I'm Tony Katz. This is 93 WIBC. How you doing? I'll be taking care of you each and every morning. Producer Carl behind the board, Matt Bear in the traffic center, Ryan Hedrick in the newsroom, and all of us in your hearts. And you're saying to me, my gosh, you got a lot of guys on this show. Yes, we do. This is a very sexist program. It didn't start off that way, but it's simply devolved. That's because WIBC is a very sexist radio station. Send your emails, if you will. I don't know who you'd send them to, but send them to somebody at WIBC.com and say, how dare you? I just want to see if anybody will. I'm curious. So here's how we play. Producer Carl picks a television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. If I'm not sure, I can phone a friend to Matt Bear, but I don't need that. I don't even need to go to the chat room. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the mustachioed, Ferrari driving, dang you Higgins, Magnum PI. Too easy. Too easy. Come on.
Well, nobody got it yesterday.
Yesterday was impossible. Max headroom. Yesterday was just impossible stuff. On Tony Katz today at noon, why is Joe Biden doing interviews? Does he think he's going to help, his legacy? Is this all about shopping for people who will donate to his library? Forget the library. The man should just open up an ice cream stand. Also, what could we expect in any conversation regarding trade with China and more judicial activism? Certainly the possibility of further conflict between Pakistan and India is worthy of paying attention to. But we've got conclave that starts today. Honestly, I do not know what the church wants. I think that, people who are not studied on this, or they're all in a level of guessing. And for sure, they're not based in data. What is it that the church wants? Is it going along with what Pope Francis was doing? Is this about making a turn to a more conservative view of Catholicism? And we'll view this as we do in America, conservative. Is there a larger worldwide audience that they want to attract? And that would mean maybe going for a pope from a different region than normal. Will we see a European pope? And what about age? There are popes being considered who they'll call frontrunners who are 70. And then you've got a pope out of Portugal who's 59. You have another pope who is 60. That would give someone 2 decades of really being able to place a stamp on Catholicism and direct its future. Not sure what they're looking for. But conclave starts today. You're looking for the smoke. Black smoke, the voting continues. White smoke, a pope has been chosen. Today, as per tradition, I believe it is, there will be just one vote. From there on, there are up to 4 votes a day. Ryan Hedrick had reported, I didn't know this stat, that over the past 100 years, no vote has gone beyond 5 days. I thought that was interesting. I didn't know that. I can't tell you if this goes an hour or 100 hours, or I have no idea. But it is going to be interesting because my take is that, at least for American Catholics, there is a level of crossroads here. They want a more traditional Catholicism. Right? I would say they want a less open Catholicism, but that's not really the right wording, because this isn't about Catholics saying you're not welcome. It's saying there is a way things are done, and we want that way. So that's where if my assessment is correct, that's where I think American Catholics are at. But the whole thing is fascinating. And then there's this from The Independent in the UK. Trump's sons promote real estate and crypto deals across the world that will benefit the president. What? So Donald Trump Jr. is out there running the companies and building businesses, and that's a problem because when Donald Trump isn't president, there's going to be a benefit. Wait till you find out about the Clinton Global Initiative. Whoo-wee! Well, isn't this just like Hunter Biden? What do you mean is this just like Hunter Biden? Hunter Biden went to groups like Burisma and said, I know nothing about energy, but put me on your board for $80,000 a month or whatever it is, and I'll give you access to the sitting vice president of the United States. Are people investing with Donald Trump Jr. or Eric Trump because of who their father is? Very possible. I would argue probable. But everything Donald Trump has is in a trust, and he doesn't get anything from it. He doesn't make any of the decisions from it. that the kids run the business, this somehow they should stop? They shouldn't be in business? That is a far cry from Hunter Biden saying, hey, if you want access to my dad, which the emails state 10% for the big guy. You can't make the same argument. You can argue that, hey, let's keep an eye on these things because all of a sudden there's a massive deal announced in such and such a country where a massive investment for Donald Trump Jr. came. That could be an issue. I won't disagree with you. But for the political left, you've been trying to go after Trump and saying he has been duplicitous and lying on all these business things for years, and it hasn't worked. And when you get the nonsense verdict regarding the overvaluation of properties, you find that Letitia James, the Attorney General, who brought this all on Trump's head, was doing that exact thing with her own properties. We get it. You hate the guy. We just don't care. We don't care. Weird thing to think is connected to Hunter Biden. You don't have the argument. But enjoy losing once again. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Lawrence, northbound 465, trouble at East 71st Street. We have a crash going northbound that has 2 left lanes blocked and almost an hour delay to I-70. Give me a break. This 55-minute delay back to I-70 because of that crash. Now, if you're coming the other direction, eastbound 465, southbound 465 at East 71st Street, crash cleanup in progress, blocking the left lane. That has a slow pass to I-69 to Allisonville Road. Northbound 65, slow from Keystone Avenue to the south split through that maintenance zone. It's a 5-minute delay as you approach the south split. It's going to take away some lanes. So if you continue in the left lane, you'll go to westbound 70. The right 2 lanes take you to the ramp that will continue to northbound 65 at 70. So lanes are reduced. That's causing the backup. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Donor Network. This May, you can be a hero at the finish line. Say yes to organ donation and talk to your family about your decision. A message from Indiana Donor Network and driven to save lives. I'm Matt Bear. Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, will you be filing for Social Security in the next 5 years? The amount of lifetime income you get from Social Security could vary by hundreds of thousands of dollars. And basically, it all boils down to not only your timing, but also coordinating taxes, spousal benefits, IRAs, 401k withdrawals, and much more. Hammer and Nigel here. You got to make sure you get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery.
We trust Bill Demery, and you can too. And if you've saved more than $200,000 and have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. This analysis could help you get hundreds of thousands of dollars in additional lifetime income, and it's free. Schedule it right now, 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Pat Sullivan here with exciting news from my friends at Hope Plumbing, now known as Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Hope now offers plumbing, heating, and air conditioning services, bringing total comfort to your home. No more dealing with multiple home service memberships. For only $8 a month, Hope is now your one-stop for safety and maintenance inspections and so much more. Make sure you're prepared for those Indiana summer heat waves with an AC tune-up by calling Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today at 641-HOPE.
Training for a new job after 55 can be challenging. But through the Senior Community Service Employment Program, or CSEP, unemployed workers 55 and over can receive on-the-job training in preparation for a new role. You even get paid for your training time. To see if you qualify, call 765-830-WORK. That's 765-830-WORK. Then, armed with a new set of skills, get out there and start your second act.
Mecum Auctions returns to the Indiana State Fairgrounds May 9th through 17th for Dana Mecum's 38th Original Spring Classic. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. And with more than 3,000 vehicles up for auction, it's a chance to bring home your dream car. Register to bid and buy tickets now at Meekum.com. That's Meekum.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, the Indiana Pacers do it again. We'll recap last night's massive come-from-behind Game 2 win against the Cavs. An Indy man and his son are facing charges for intimidating IMPD and a detective, and how gas prices could look for Hoosiers as the month goes on. Those stories and more coming up. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 9 o'clock.
It's almost time to pick the next pope. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. In just a few hours, 133 cardinals will gather in the Sistine Chapel to decide who should replace Pope Francis, who died last month.
Let us pray that God will grant the church a pope who knows how best to awaken the consciences of all and the moral spiritual energies in today's society.
That was Cardinal Battista Re at a mass this morning before the conclave, where the cardinals will have no phones or any type of communication.
They take an oath swearing to never reveal what happens at the conclave, and they vote by secret ballot.
They'll vote once today, and if no one's chosen, Fox's Bill Hemmer also details what happens next.
The cardinals will vote 4 times each day until one candidate receives 2/3 of the votes. After each vote, if nobody receives enough support, the ballots go into a stove with chemicals to make black smoke. When one candidate receives enough votes, the final ballots are burned with a chemical that turns the smoke white.
The U.S. and China are finally going to talk amid a trade war with massive tariffs still in place. Fox's Tanya J. Powers reports.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and U.S. Trade Rep.